for the second part of tonight's sharing, which is on the owning and also retail tips, then probably if you are not using a unit yet, I hope through my sharing, you will really consider to use one unit yourself, because it's really it's very easy to own one unit. After you listen to my sharing, I hope you will agree to my calculation, and also how do we actually, once we own it, we can even more convincing to retail it to people around us, right? So up to here, do you guys have any question or anything to ask? You can drop in the chat box. Okay, so if not, then I'll continue the second part. So second part about owning a unit of Atmosphere Sky or Mini ourselves, and also how to retail it to people around us. Some of the tips that I find useful, but of course, if let's say you have some sales experience, you might have something even more powerful or more practical that you can also share with us, right? So for owning and retail, why I put it in a separate part is because this is more coming to when we want to close the deal, or when the prospect is showing a very clear indicator that they're going to get it, or they're still considering but almost. So I think all this information is quite useful for us to make that deal happen, right? So first of all, we need to know many times a deal is being prolonged, or a lot of discussion, or let me consider first. All this is because everyone, including you and myself, we want to do market comparison one, okay? Comparison in terms of brands, comparison in terms of buying from this, buying from there, what different, okay? So we don't talk about buying from different platforms, because this is easily answered to them. You want a very secure warranty, or you want something that you're not sure the warranty is there or not. So this one can already solve the first question. So in terms of comparison between brand, okay? Comparison between brand, we need to have some slight information about X brand as well. So here are some of the information that I dig through in the market, some of their information, so that we can know what our customer or our prospect is looking at. So for example, if they are looking at this Xiaomi Air Purifier Pro H, okay, as I mentioned, 0.3 micron only. Okay, the price is 1,002, of course, or look cheap. Okay, and 1 hour to remove the H1N1 in 294 CFM CADR. Okay, need 1 hour, then only can remove. But if within that 1 hour, you already breathe in the air. Okay, so of course we need the high efficiency as high as possible, right? So of course this they put a very small wording on it, but I saw it and I put it up here, right? So that is the reason why when it's 0.3 microns, right, it cannot achieve such high performing like Atmosphere Sky, because it's not like single pass through filter already. Okay, 0.3, if let's say the virus is 0.01, it can probably pass through the 0.1 one time, and then second time when it pass again, probably is being blocked at the side. But if let's say second time is still not being blocked, it passed through a 0.3 micron hole again, it will keep passing through and being blown out in your living space, right? So that is the reason why in their lab test itself, they can only confidently say in 1 hour time, then only the H1N1 will be filtered. Okay, but for Atmosphere Sky, you have to be very clear. It's a single pass-through filtration performance. Single pass-through, that means if let's say this block of air pass through the Atmosphere Sky, if in this block of air there's a COVID inside, pass through, come out, 99.99% confirm no more COVID virus inside the air that come out from the outflow vent, right? So this is the difference between the other brand and also Atmosphere Sky. So we need to explain to our prospect. So what about Koku? So if Koku B model that they have, which is quite a common unit that you normally see people owning also, this B model Ultra, they mentioned is an Ultra PM 2.5. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, 2.5 is even worse than 0.3 micron. It's basically 2.5 micron, right? But then you always see in the newspaper, the health ministry saying that, oh, particle PM 2.5 is very dangerous to your health. So people that only exposed to this kind of surface news, they were okay with this unit. They say, oh, okay, health ministry say 2.5 is dangerous. Now I buy a 1 unit to cater for this 2.5. But if I say you come to learning and know all this virus is all smaller than 0.1 micron, right? Will you still get this unit? I don't care whether how cheap it is, I will not. Okay, but this is not cheap also. If you pay upright, you need to pay 3,500 for this Goku unit. Okay, so Kowei also a very popular and also a lot of users also using it because of their advertising. Okay, they advertise a lot in the highway billboard, in the newspaper, and so on, a lot. Okay, but does it really means they are a better performing unit? Not necessary, because advertising is only through money. You pay money, you can get a lot of advertisement already. Okay, so you can see here, Kowei, the Tuba is considered a higher performing unit already in Kowei, because in all these X brand, they have a lot of model. Okay, so if you want to clean up your air at your living space, one funny question that you can ask their agent is that, which are the best? Okay, then they will ask you back, what is your budget? Okay, so if you want to buy a air filter to clean out your living space, is it follow by your budget or follow what you at first you want to do? You want to clean up the space, right? It's not because I have 100, then I buy the air filter, which is 100. And then whether it does the job or not, doesn't matter as long as I feel safe. Okay, it's not that kind of concept, right? So this Kowei 2 bar is only 0.3 micron. But do you believe it? If you pay upright, you need to pay 4,200. Okay, and 3 trigger is not in this model, because this model is also allergy okay, but there are 3 triggers that is not being able filtered by this model. Okay, so Dyson also a very popular brand because of the advertising. Also a lot of Korean, all that. Okay, also Dyson very famous with their hair blower. So people say, oh, hair blower nice, might as well buy their air purifier also. Does it true? Okay, so Dyson indeed is better compared to the previous one that I mentioned. Okay, like I said, if you can perform better, definitely you will state one. In their website clearly stated 0.1 micron. Okay, so it's also HEPA, but why not they also mention is 0.3? So it's a very logical thing. If you can perform better, definitely you say that you can perform better. So they mentioned they are, unlike the other HEPA, they are the more better HEPA, 0.1 micron. So the upright payment is 3,295 CFM CADR. Okay, so the problem is, today we know already COVID is much smaller than 0.1 micron. So if today you want to filter not only COVID, but future other virus, other bacteria, you need something even more efficient than that. And the one thing about this Dyson purifier design is that, do you know that the design is like a fan and also the purifier together in one? Okay, so on the top is actually the fan. Okay, bottom there is the filtration, whereby the dirty air will be sucked in. So I don't know, if you try to imagine, you already have a contaminant air surrounding in your living space, but the fan top there is keep blowing away. So how fast you can actually suck up all the clean air into the unit and purify it? Okay, I really doubt that. Okay, the design itself is really not a really sensible one already. Okay, so better for us to invest really for air purifying purpose. So I will not use Atmosphere Sky to compare, because if you use Atmosphere Sky, we have a big win. But even if we use an Atmosphere Mini to compare with the simple market comparison that we have done just now, you will notice that it's also a big win already. Because for Atmosphere Mini, we are also filtration at the 0.0024 microns, and the price is only 2,890. And this price is actually, you can get even cheaper and also a better deal, which I will share later. So it's a single pass-through elimination. Like I mentioned, single pass-through, that means 0.0024 is so supreme that one single pass definitely block. Okay, unless you have something even smaller than 0.0024. Maybe in future got some virus which is smaller than that, we don't know. Okay, but for now, any viruses identified on the earth, okay, is bigger than this size, right? So remove all the 25 types of allergen that I've showed just now, listed in the allergic. Okay, if you don't trust, or your customer or prospect don't trust, go log into the website and do the filtration themselves. The best convincing one is to see with their own eyes, right? So for the air drawn through the unit, okay, we need to mention this, because you cannot say, oh, if you have atmosphere at home, then 100% you won't gonna COVID already. This is something that we don't want to get ourselves into, but we want to mention, as long as any air drawn through the unit is confirmed elimination of the viruses. So this is already good enough, rather than you own other X brand, which become like a fan and then blow all the virus around, then even more people will get at home. So if let's say someone get, okay, unfortunately, someone get at your home, and if you have a good purifying system at home, you can actually prevent it to be splitting to others also, okay, if you have a good air treatment system unit at home, right? So to summarize, because earlier I already saw this slide prepared by other leaders, and it has been circulating around in the internet. So the earlier two slides is actually myself do the survey, market, and also comparison. And true enough, the data and information quite match. I mean, you can see from here also, 0.3 micron one normally are those brands like Sharp, Koei, Panasonic, Koku, Xiaomi. Okay, same like what I have shared just now. Okay, so for 0.1, true enough, Dyson is there. Blue Air, I didn't compare because Blue Air is also very high, the price. And then IQ Air, they are 0.1 micron. But today, we know my coronavirus is 0.06 micron and smaller. Okay, so we want a higher performance unit. So here, something to be proud of is actually even our atmosphere drive is even higher performing unit. Of course, atmosphere drive cannot cater for such a big space. Only for mobile car. Okay, so but then atmosphere drive also can filter up to 0.015 micron. Okay, so if let's say today you have Sky or Mini, is even peace of mind and even safer, is 0.024. So you have to know what kind of purifier you want at home. Do you just want a fan, or you just want to have a good ventilation? If yes, then you don't have to spend $1,000 for that. You can actually just, there's a very nice design fan nowadays that you can put on the floor, or that. Okay, you don't have to buy a very expensive air purifier that only filters 0.1 or 0.3. Okay, so again, if you remember the video just now, the comparison of the micron is very important, and I think the video just now have put it into a very clear visual. So I want to repeat again so that it is in your mind. Okay, so imagine if let's say 0.3 micron is the size of this basketball. What is 0.0024? Just now the video said is as small as this, okay? One piece of the rice grain, right? So this is how the virus can easily pass through if let's say they are 0.01 or they are 0.1 or they are 0.06, okay? But if let's say they are 0.0024, can you imagine how the virus can pass through that hole? It's impossible, right? So the followed by, when we want to do retail and also some tips of retail, we need to be prepared to have all this information on hand, especially just now is a market comparison. So second part is basically you need to have testimonial also. So depending on your prospect, some people is very alert to comparison, some people is very data driven, some people is they just want to see who else using, okay? People use already, what is their comment, what is their review. So in terms of testimonial, be ready to have in your hand this kind of photo to actually share with them. So if let's say your prospect is also a pet lover or they have pets at home, definitely this picture will be will synchronize with their mind, right? So once they see this, wow, okay, they don't have to vacuum every day for the fur, all that, and then atmosphere Sky have the enough capacity of motor power to actually suck in all this fur, all right? Not all purifier can actually do this kind of filtration. Later, I will show you, right? So this is the one that I want to tell you, okay? Why other brand in the market their pre-filter, or even when you open up inside their filter, there's not much dust filter. So this actually also arise because of the suction power of the air purifier itself. So if let's say the suction power is not strong, even your filter is very high, 0.1 micron or what, definitely there's no 0.0024 in the market so far. If you found any, let me know. Okay, but it's also, what I want to say is also depending on the suction power of your purifier unit. So you can see on the atmosphere sky, it has proven the suction unit, the suction power is so strong, right? All this fur can be so equally sucked. Okay, it's not on the lower part only, it's not on the top only, it's all over the place. So that means the suction is not only strong, but it's also very even, right? So here also a proven in terms of dust, you can see it's also evenly spread. But shockingly, the dust and also pollutant filter is so much. Okay, this is in shared by other leaders. This is in the same living space, but they tested using a different brand, right? So this is approximately 4 months use of atmosphere sky only, already so much dust. And existingly, they have a Dyson unit, not much dust being filtered. And when they open up, almost this is like almost 2 years of usage already, like nothing being filtered. Okay, so like I said, you want to buy a fan or a true purifier, is up to you. Okay, so here also got other brands that they compare. So for Sharp, seems like nothing much to be clean. Okay, when they open up, it's like very smooth only, nothing on the filter also. So that is the reason why a lot of the X brand, they don't know, or they cannot indicate to you when to change the filter, is because they cannot rightly tell you when to change, because of the performing is non-consistent or even not up to the standard, right? So for Xiaomi, okay, it's in this shape, almost like a Dyson one, also in this circular shape. So it looks normal when they take out. This is after almost 3 years of using, okay? So it's like, if let's say it look normal, that means whether it does the job, or another possible reason is the living space is very clean, which is impossible, because we know our living space every day also is creating the dust one. You try not to sweep your living space for 1 week, then you see the difference, right? So this is after vacuum our sky pre-filter only, okay? We can only vacuum pre-filter lah. So this is how much dust has been sucked out from our pre-filter, okay? These are all the potential floating dust and allergen in our living space. If let's say today we are, like I said, if we are not using a good unit, right? All these things doesn't matter one. Go into our body also okay one. You won't die suddenly or what. But in the long run, it will cause burden to our lungs. It will cause burden to our liver. Also, other system in our body. It will not happen in 1 day, but in the long run, definitely will jeopardize our health. So this is not something that we want, especially if we have elder people and also babies at home, right? So by seeing this, I think it's more convincing to us. This unit is really doing the job. So after you clean up, right, you can put it back, and then you can just close the cap, and it continues to serve your entire family, right? So other than the data comparison, other than testimonial, now also we want to give other type of testimonial. That one is a normal user testimonial, pet lover testimonial. We also want to let professional people know, okay? And also sometimes even normal user, when they see professional institution and also bodies is also using our atmosphere sky or mini, then they are more convinced to actually use it also. So the implementation of this all these premise and even health sector using our atmosphere unit is a very powerful testimonial also. So you can see even in dentist, in clinic, in hospital, in also kindergarten. This is not just a normal kindergarten, they are the franchise kindergarten, and even in a large luxury dining restaurant, they are also using atmosphere, right? So all these people, they are well-doing people, they are professional people, they are literate, they have the intelligence to do the comparison. So if let's say you do not trust yourself, you can do a good comparison, then you can trust the data that we provide to you. At the same time, you can also trust the decision that have been made by all these people, right? Okay, so this is just a summary comparison, which I will not go through because it will be repetition already. So I want to focus into our this month trade-in program. So again, we need to memorize. Somehow you have to memorize, or you have to have this information saved in your phone. So when people ask you, you can immediately tell already, oh, this month promotion, how is the promotion going? I have an X brand, how much I get rebate? You don't know, then you have to find to know where. Okay, so you have to immediately know already, oh, if you want to get Emulsion Sky, you can get up to 300 rebate. You need to be fast now, okay? Because you have to know Amway have recruited and sponsored almost 1 million in these 2 to 3 years time, right? So we have more and more actually business owner out there is actively building this business. So this cake, if you want to share, we have to be you have to be informative, you have to be resourceful, you want to able to serve your customer and also your prospect better. Okay, so for Atmosphere Sky Mini, easy way to remember is you remember the Sky only 900, 600, and 300, and then you divide it by 2 is the mini rebate amount. Okay, so you don't have to remember 2 sets. You remember 1 set, divide by 2 is easy math calculation, right? So again, also try to remember. I know this is a bit hard, but you can save in your phone, so you can recall which bank whenever they ask, or when you're about to close the deal, they say, hey, I want to swap card, which bank I can use if I do it online. Okay, so you can just share this site to them, or even better if you check for them and then you tell them, oh, your card can. Okay, so now I want to, this part of the sharing is about owning and also retail, right? So let's talk about owning first. When we ask ourselves, since we have joined the business, right, can anyone really afford it? And the answer is actually yes. Okay, so if let's say today we have joined the business and we are still contemplating whether to buy or get a unit or not, so I think this is the right timing for us to really make up that decision and get a unit for ourselves and or our family. Okay, so the maintenance fee for Sky has been breakdown as per below. If you agree with it, I think anyone can afford for it. So just now, if you listen to my sharing, pre-filter, you don't have to incur any cost, only effort. Okay, you need to wash, vacuum whenever it's dirty. Okay, for HEPA filter, when you buy the unit, already got 1 piece brand new inside. Okay, so in a speed 2, average speed 2, 8 hours usage per day. Speed 2, that means even if you use auto speed, right? Sometime when the contaminator is a lot, it will go to the fast speed, and then when it's cleaned up, we go to the low speed. So we take the average of speed 2, 8 hours per day. It can last you for 4 to 5 years. So that one, if let's say HEPA, you need to change. One is about 595 ringgit 50 cents. So for carbon filter, at the speed 2, 8 hours also, it lasts 1 to 2 years, about 412 ringgit and 10 cents. So every high ticket item we buy is not for play one. Okay, we want to buy, we know it's really effective, high performing unit, we want to use it as long as possible. So for Amway product, you can know it's very lasting. The company also promised the spare parts supply, the filter supply will last at least for 10 years one. Okay, so in 10 years time, can you imagine you only need to change almost just 1 piece, because when you bought the new one, you already have 1 piece inside. So if you replace another 1 piece, is 595 ringgit 50 cents. And then throughout that 10 years period, once the first filter depleted, then you replace probably 4 piece of the carbon filter is 412 ringgit 10 cents times 4 is 1,648. Okay, total up is 2,200 something. Each year, this is the cost you will maintain. How to know each year how much in 10 years, divide by 10. Okay, so you get 224 per year. Okay, so in 1 day is about 60 cents. Okay, so 60 cent maintenance cost is actually affordable even to anyone, even if you are just student, not working, but if you have some little part-time income, you can also own a Atmosphere Sky already. But of course, people will say, what about the first upfront payment to own the unit? Of course, the first upfront payment is the one that you might need to plan out your budget. Okay, but then in the long run, this unit is only 60 cents per day, right? And also, if let's say you are using 5158, we divided by 10 years, we divided again by 365 days, 5158, you divided by 10 years, I divided by 365. Every day, you just top up another 1 ringgit plus. That is even before your bonus or even the CSI. Okay, so 1 ringgit plus this 60 is also less than 2 ringgit. Okay, so that is how, if the cost being split over is really affordable to everyone, and is clearer and even more transparency in terms of the maintenance cost. Why I say is clearer and even more transparency, because compared to the X brand, actually there's a lot of gimmick and also a lot of way they can draw you to buy over their unit. So if you know this trick of them, it's easier for you to convince your friends or prospect also. If let's say they say, after consider, maybe I go for Koei or I go for Koku. Okay, so this is tips that might help you to twist or change their mind. So here I want to share with you is it's very common now nowadays, they are using the rent to own or rent to service contract. Okay, so they will like bond you for 3 years. So in that 3 years, you basically just pay every month 900 to 150 per month. So sound very cheap, right? So, but here, if you look at it, after that 3 years is how this company and this brand whack you up. Okay, so these are the table from them. Probably it's not updated. If let's say it's not updated, that means the updated one should be higher, the price. I hope it's an updated one, because to me, it's already very high. Okay, so you can see, yeah. Okay, so you can see, just now I told you already, you can go and check yourself in the market how this Koei and Koku or all this using the rent to own or rent to service contract in the market is almost the same. Okay, their range of the more practical unit, I would say practical unit is like at least got the normal HEPA 0.3 micron one. Okay, it's range from 70 to 150 per month one. So if let's say you are paying 150 per month, right? In even that 3 years of bonding itself, you have paid to them 5,400. 5,400, do you know that you can already pay upfront for the Atmosphere Sky? And then you even have extra, okay? Because it's after the CSI and also your bonus, everything is much cheaper. And even if you go for the trade-in, it's even cheaper, okay? But the problem is subsequent year, it makes you sound cheap to you, but I just show you actually you also pay for 5,000 plus already. Even if you go for the 700 one, you already pay for 3,000 plus also. Okay, so for the subsequent period, that means 4th year, 5th year, 6th year onwards, they also make you feel very hassle-free. They say, oh, don't worry, the contract end already. You just need to top up based on your model. So if, for example, your model is this Dolomites, okay, they say, oh, yearly only pay 500, but hassle-free, okay? We come and service for you. We change the filter whenever there's a need to change, and then you don't have to pay a single cent anymore. Just pay 500, one lump sum, 1 year. Okay, but if you already know, Atmosphere Sky 1 year is only 224, right? You know they have whacked you 2 times. Okay, and then if you are using an even higher spec one, okay, for example, their Lombok or Tuba, which is also a very common unit that we saw people using Lombok and Tuba, 600 or 800. So 800 is almost 4 times. They whack you 4 times back after the 4th year, 5th year, and continue. If you're using for 10 years, you have let them earn back everything that they lost in the first 3 years. But actually in the first 3 years, they didn't lose also. To me, this 5,004 is also very high. Okay, so do the calculation and the max yourself. Don't be misguided by all this very low monthly payment thing, and then because of your current financial situation, you feel that, oh, this is more suitable to me. Okay, this is not the right way to think when we want to buy when we want to buy an air purifier. If you want to buy a clothes, yes, okay. If let's say you have a financial situation, you go for a cheaper clothes, which also can wear one, okay. But for the air purifier, you want to clean up your living space, right? It's not based on your budget. So with this, I think is if you are a sensible person, I think this already a very strong reason for you to go for Atmosphere Sky And if let's say you still feel that it's a bit high for you, then go for Atmosphere Mini, right? So remember this, on the right-hand side, it might let you feel sweet for the 3 years, but subsequent year, when you no care anymore, when you're paying 500, 800 per year, you are actually paying 2 times or 4 times higher than the highest performing unit in the market. Okay, so this is again reminder. This is the calculation if let's say based on the trade-in. Okay, you can also screenshot it if you want to, but if let's say you know how to do the calculation yourself, you can. Okay, so I assume if let's say your process is X brand, so original price for Sky is 5158, trade-in promotion is 300 for X brand. Okay, so after trade-in you get 4858. Okay, then if you know how to do the CSI benefit, you can recommend them, or you can ask them to join ABO and then create a APC account for them. Or if let's say they do they join as an APC, they enjoy the member price, and you the one who actually earn this 10%, which is 400 over ringgit. Okay, just by sharing one unit of the really performing unit for our friend, right? So the net actually is 4,300 only. So the total saving from this trade-in program is 700 ringgit. So if let's say your friend actually join as an APO and then create an APC, right, he will really thank us for this saving 700, and we can actually ask them, hey, do you want to use this saving amount to actually pre-purchase this 2 carbon filter? Okay, so it's almost equivalent of the saving of 2 carbon filter, because you already buy this unit, want to use 10 years and beyond, right? So anyway, you will be changing the carbon filter in the future. So why not lock down the stock now, and then you can get higher bonus also, right? So you can actually convince them to get extra 2 carbon filter from this saving, right? So also worth to mention is that our Atmosphere Sky actually give up 5 years of warranty to people who not used to electronical device, all that, they might don't know what is the importance of this. So I will share with you later. But just bear in mind first, Atmosphere Sky 5 years warranty. Okay, so for original Mini, the price is 2890. Trade-in promo, as I teach you all how to remember easy, is 300 divided by 2, 150 is the rebate for Mini. So 2740. If you use the CSI benefit again, 274. Even if they just join as a APC, you get a recommendation bonus, okay, 200, close to 300 for just selling one Mini. Doesn't that good, right? Okay, and then, this one is a typo. Okay, net for Mini is actually 2466. Okay, a total saving of 424. So this is almost 1 unit of the 3-in-1 filter price already, almost 1 unit. Okay, so they just need to top up a little bit, and then they can actually stock up additional 1 filter also if they want to, because this is already a saving. Okay, then they can actually top up to increase the PV and then get more bonus also. So 3 years warranty is given for our Mini. So why I want to emphasize on the warranty period. If you know very well in the market, a lot of electrical and home appliance, right, they are just 1 to 2 years warranty one. Especially for air purifier, also same thing. If you don't trust me, you can go and search around, you do the market comparison, and then you come back and then you see why Amway can give 5 years, 3 years. It's because one of the point that I mentioned just now, a lot of the brand out there, when you log into their website, you also confuse. One purifier got 10 model, okay? And then probably out of this 10 model, another 2 years, you see only 8 model, and then 2 new model come out. So how do they want to sustain the spare parts and also the filter inside? So they will not give such a long warranty one. Normally they'll give 1 to 2 because their product lifespan is only 1 to 2. I mean that model lifespan, the lifespan of that particular model is only for 1 to 2 years, or max is also 3 years. So they cannot give you warranty more than that, because whenever it's broken or broke up, they don't have the parts. Even in the main factory, they don't have the parts to help you fix it. So they will not give more than that. But how come Amway can? And that is also the reason why our eSpring, our Atmosphere, our Sky, our Mini can do it. It's because we produce a high performing unit and plan to sell it for the long term until our research team find that it is very necessary to give additional feature or improve on certain things, then only they'll improvise and come up with another model. So whenever we come up with a new model, the old one will be discontinued one. But Amway keep their promise by having the spare part. So that is the reason why you see our warranty years is longer one compared to outside. Okay, so if you are a business-minded person, you understand this logic and this concept, you will also value it. Okay, so if you this is new to you, I hope it will be helpful for you to share with your friends also. So how to start a conversation? Now almost come to the end already. So talk so much already. I think most important is if you are an introvert like me. Okay, I used to be very introvert and I don't like to talk. I don't want to start a conversation. You can always start like this. Okay, hey, if you know anyone looking for air filter, could you kindly refer to me, as we are currently having promo and ever save up to 1,000 plus. Okay, you can actually put up to 2,000 also if you are comparing the retail price and also up to the after trade-in price. It's actually close to 2K. Okay, but we don't want to be exaggerate lah. So I think 1K is very reasonable and is really got such saving, right? So just now, if you remember, even for X brand, the atmosphere sky is already 700 something saving. Okay, so okay, we'll let you know if that. I mean, this is the possible reply from your friend. It could be also didn't reply anything or just blue tick you. Okay, but doesn't matter. But I think this is a more comfortable way to ask, right? Rather than sending a message to a friend, hey, do you want to buy an air filter system? So this one will be like straight away hard sell, right? So the possible, if they reply, they will be okay. We'll let you know if there's any. By the way, could you share with me how this deal work also? This is a bonus if, let's say, when you do this way and so happen that they are the one who also looking for one, they will ask you subsequently, because if they see already can save up to 1,000 or 700, why not? You share me also lah. And if let's say I got friend, I also intro you. Okay, so I mean just a guidance and also advice on for people who don't like to talk, don't introvert. You say I cannot sell one, especially high ticket item. No such thing, because in sales technique, right, as I share also in the previous few session, one, if you still remember, one of the point is that a lot of the salesperson, they forget that actually referral is more effective than direct getting the sales. Okay, so this is actually starting with the referral. Okay, so starting with a referral, normally people will be comfortable. So it also in the statistic and also research also saying that a lot of people, when they don't buy from you, they are very comfortable to refer friends to you. I don't know you have this experience or not, but I have. Like for example, my other friends is doing, for example, insurance or what. They find me, I say I already have, but I don't mind to intro people to you if let's say I have friends looking for it. So this is a very common and at the same time it's a very comfortable thing that I will do. I will really do. Okay, so if we put ourselves in their shoes also, actually they are also okay. So if we approach in this way, hey, if you know anyone looking for, not you, okay, if anyone looking for, and please kindly refer to me, because I actually having a promo and I try to bulk purchase, or I try to combine more. Okay, so by starting this way, actually it gives you an advantage to actually make your friend comfortable, but at the same time you also can test out whether he or she need this unit or not. Okay, and then they might also reply by asking you, which is one very realistic question that you might not know how to answer. For example, they'll ask, oh, I heard about Amway air filter is quite good one. Are you using it? So now is the problem if you are not using. Okay, if you are using, then it's an adding point. But if you are not using, how do you want to answer to that? Is my suggestion is you can tell them the reason why you send out this message is actually you are looking for the bulk deal, so that you will use this opportunity to own one unit as well. But make sure it's true, because if let's say you're able to secure one unit from your friend or from a customer referral, all that, right, you yourself place an order, definitely is worth it for you to buy, because you get a higher bonus and at the same time you get the CSI, all that. You definitely get this unit cheaper from any time that you buy it. So it's a great timing for you to own it. And at the same time, this answer is the most convincing one. If let's say your friend is also in between whether to make the decision or not, by answering this way, you can actually give them a certainty that you are lover of this product also, just that you are waiting for this opportunity as well. Okay, so follow up in how, on top of starting new conversation, we also learn how to follow up with previously keen prospect. For example, whether they keen or not lah. If as long as they are in your name list, you approached before, can try to flip up and follow up again. And then existing old generation user, okay, previous atmosphere user but are using old unit one, can also try to approach them, see whether they want to upgrade and change it or not, because 900 is really worth it. Okay, never in a market I will see someone to collect an old unit, even broken one, not already not function one, they still collect 900. In the previous trade-in program, one of my customer, actually the home one is already not function already one, totally broken already one. That time the trade-in is 1,000. Now they have lowered down to 900. Still they get 1,000 and change the atmosphere sky. How good is that? Okay, so even same goes to X brand, even broken one, just change on it. Okay, so member expand product. So this category is for people that already in your network, they are using probably Nutri or Artistry, but they have not used the home tech yet. You can also try in that aspect. Okay, try to expand their experiencing of our product. If they like our high ticket item, then your business will boom even faster. So that is the way how to actually start up a conversation and how to follow up on the existing and pipeline that we have. So the summary of our sharing tips is basically be prepared, be resourceful. These are the few things that we must have. Atmosphere Sky apps, okay, you need to have the Atmosphere booklet, e-leaflet. Okay, pollutant list must have, because that is something for us to really show people, convince people. You need to have the video showing the dust flying one, okay, video 2, which is showing the Allergy UK, the website, how to click all that. Video number 3, the speed of Atmosphere Sky and Mini filter all the pollutants compared to the X brand. You can easily find that in the YouTube also. So lastly is actually the steps, not to say form now, okay, you need to know the steps, how to do the ZIPP, because now actually online they can also do themselves if they registered their card already. And then if they say they go to the over the counter, they can just fill out the form at the counter. If you are meeting them face to face, you can also be prepared to have the form with you. Okay, so basically that is my sharing on the Atmosphere Sky, the retail part, and also owning and also retail. So remember the owning part. Okay, try to really take this opportunity, not only to retail 1 unit, 2 unit or more unit, but also through that retail process, own one for yourself also. Okay, so let's see.